Holly with Stella Mari's Quilts. Welcome to our series on 50 blocks for 50 states. Following along the designs from this book, check out the description box below for more information about that. Also in the description box below, you can find the link for our pattern that we've written with the adaptations we've made, as well as the step-by-step instructions. Today's block that we're working on is for the state of Maryland. So go ahead and grab your cup of tea and let's get started. Let's start with unit 1. For unit 1, we're going to make 4 of these units. We're going to need a 1.5 by 1.5 in our medium. There will be 4 of those. 4 1.5 by 2.5 of our light, and 4 2.5 by 3.5 of our light. To put this unit together is really quite simple. We're just going to take our medium square. We're going to add it to our light small rectangle. We'll just sew it together along the side here. We'll open it back up, and then we will add the larger rectangle to that unit. And here's what a completed unit 1 looks like. Just a tip, these are small pieces, and so I have found that by pressing my seams open when I'm working with small pieces, my piecing is more accurate on the finished units. Just a tip, you don't have to. Typically I press to the side. Moving on to unit number 2, it's going to be a very similar unit as unit number 1. We're just going to do it with dark and medium colored fabrics here. So from our dark, we're going to need a 2 by 2. We're going to need a 2 by 2 of our medium, and we're going to need a 2 by 3.5 of our medium. The construction of this is very similar to unit 1. We're going to take these 2 units, or these 2 pieces, the squares, we're going to sew them together. We'll open them up, and then we'll sew the rectangle and form our finished unit square. And here's the completed unit 2. We're going to need 4 of these units. For unit 3, we're going to need 1.5 by 1.5 inch squares from our medium and our dark. We're going to need 4 each of those. We're going to need a 2.5 by 2.5 of our light, which we're going to cut diagonally 2 times here, so we'll end up with 4 triangles out of each one of these. Then we're going to need 2 2.5 by 2.5 of our medium, which we're going to cut the same way. We're going to cut diagonally in 2 directions so that we end up with 8 triangles out of the 2 squares. And then we need 2 4 by 4 squares of our light, which we're going to cut diagonally in both directions so that we have 8 triangles. To make our triangles, I'm just going to stack up my squares, and I'm going to just show you with the 4 by 4 inch squares here. I'll take my ruler and I'll just line it up from corner to corner. And then cut. And then I'm just going to corner to corner again, the other side. And then cut. And I have 2 stacked up, so I have a total of 8 triangles for laying out the units. Here's the layout for unit 3. We have our 1.5 inch squares in the center here, and they're going to be turned into triangles with these setting triangles, and then the whole units will be sewn together, kind of like a 4 patch, but 2 triangles together and 2 triangles together, and then all of it. To do this part of the unit, I'm going to take my square, I'm going to take one of my triangles, so grab 2 there, and I'm going to line it up so that my 90-degree angle of my triangle is straight with the side of my square. I'll fold this over, I'll sew down the side, I'll turn it back, and then I'll add the second triangle to the other side, doing the same thing, lining up, drop that, lining up the 90-degree angle with the side of the square. I'll fold it over, I'll stitch it, and then I'll open it back. So it's the same method for both of these sides with the dark square and the medium triangles, medium square and the light triangles. They're both assembled the same way. So I'll go ahead and do that and I'll come right back. So here I have the two triangle units prepared just to show you finishing off that triangle unit. So I have this square with the triangle added to one side, and then I take the second triangle, add it to the second side here, making sure that my 90-degree angles match. And you'll see that it falls off the edge here. This point is where your 1/4 inch seam should meet up. And then you just stitch down the side and then press it back. And then you have these units. So now I'm just going to sew these together essentially like a triangle 4 patch. I'm going to take these two. I'm going to line up where my right angles are. And I'm going to sew it down. I'll open it up. And I'll do the same thing on this side. I'll line up my right angles at the center here, sew it down. Then I'll open this up. And then once they're both opened, I'll go ahead and just sew them together so it's nice and square like that. The light triangles are a little bit bigger than they need to be. It was just an easier measurement than using 1/16 of an inch. So don't worry about if it doesn't match up perfectly. You can see mine is off ever so slightly. They're ever so slightly bigger. And that's okay. That's just fine. We can square the unit after it's sewn together. After you've sewn the light triangles onto the triangle units that were prepared, you'll just line them up, nest your seams, and then sew down the side. You'll end up with a unit that looks like this. You'll see that there's some dog ears here. So we're just going to go ahead and trim this unit to 3.5 inches. I'm going to make sure that my 45-degree angle line here is lined up along my seam line. And then I'm making sure that I have 3.5 inches on all sides to be able to trim this. There's not much to trim off, but squaring it will help with the final assembly. So you'll end up with 4 of these units. Next, we're going to go on to unit number 4. To do unit number 4, we need to make 4 1/4 square triangles. So we're going to start by drawing a line from corner to corner on the back of our light squares. These are 5-inch squares. We're going to use the 2 at a time method to make some half square triangles here. So we're going to pair the light with the medium. We'll sew down on both sides of the drawn line. Now that I've sewn down both sides of the drawn line, I'm going to go ahead and cut it apart. I'm not going to worry about squaring just yet, but I am going to press back my triangles here. I'll just finger press it for now. And then I'm going to put my units together, being careful to make sure that the center nests nice and snug right there. And then I'm going to draw another line from corner to corner. And I'm going to sew down 1/4 inch on both sides of that line as well. I'm going to go ahead and cut this apart. If you open it up, you'll see that we have a 1/4 square triangle. And by doing this method, we got 2 out of each set of squares. So the next thing is I'll press this back and then I'm going to square it to 3.5 inches. I'm actually going to use my Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer to do this, as well as I'll show you with a regular square. So for the Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer, I'm going to line up my stitch line with the 3.5 inch square line here. And then I'm lining up the center line on the ruler with my stitch line that goes up the center. And then I'm just going to go ahead and trim. And then I'll trim the notches here. And there's my unit. Now, if you don't have a Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer, you can do this with a square. So let me just go press this and I'll be right back to show you how to do that. All right, so I've pressed back my unit here, and I'm going to use the 45-degree line on my ruler, try to get that light not to reflect here, and I'm going to put that on my block along the seam line. Now this is going to be a 3.5 inch square, so where the center point is, I'm going to want that to meet up at 3.25. And I'm just going to make sure that, sorry, not 3.25. 3.5 divided by 2 is 1 3/4. So I've got my 45 lined up along the line of my stitch seam. I have the center point at 1 3/4. And if I look down the side, I can see that my 3.5 meets at the edge here, right where it's going to be nice and square. So I'm going to go ahead and slip. So let me go ahead and line that back up again. I'm always cutting at a weird angle while filming, so bear with me here. And then I'll rotate and I'll make sure that this is now 3.5. So I'll line up 3.5. Get my sides all at 3.5 here. And that's squared then with a regular square. The last unit 5, not quite the last unit for this block, but almost, is going to be using a dark center, and we're going to use our medium 2.5 inch squares. I believe that's also a 2.5. It is. And we're going to make a square and a square. This one is the center of the block, so we only need one of these units. To do this, we are going to cut our medium squares in half diagonally from corner to corner. And we're going to put together our square and a square unit, just like that. We've done this a few times in this series, so I'm going to take it to the machine and I'm just going to do it. But I'm going to turn this side over. I'll find my center points, line them up, stitch. Also the opposite side, finding the center, stitch. I'll press it back, and then I'll add the remaining 2 sides, and then press the whole unit. And here's our square and a square block. So then we're just going to go ahead and square it to 3.5. It pretty much is already 3.5. It's just trimming off the dog ears, essentially. I'm going to lay out the block. Our square and a square is in the center, with then our quarter square triangles coming out from there, with the medium towards the center. And then we're going to put unit 2 in the corners here with the dark face pointing to the outside. And then we have our unit 3s are going to be in the middle. Our unit 1s go in the outside corners with the medium pointing towards the dark. And our last unit is just a simple square, so just 3.5-inch squares that we're going to use to fill in the holes here around the edge. Whoops, dropped one. Now it's just a matter of sewing together the whole block. I'm going to sew together each row, and then I'll sew the rows together. And here's the finished Maryland block. Thank you for joining me working on the Maryland block. This block finishes at 15 by 15. It is one of the larger blocks of the series. And a couple tips for working with small pieces like this one. If you press the seams open, your sizing will be more consistent throughout. It makes more of a difference when you're working with small pieces than when you're working with larger units. I hope you enjoyed this and you continue to follow along as we journey through all 50 states. Until next time, cheers and happy quilting.